what do you have in that bag? And I was like, cookies. And then he's like, well, let me have one. And I was like, well, everyone needs to pay for these. I'm not giving them out, you know? And he's like, yeah, we'll pay it, not just coffee or whatever. Anyway, it was funny. I'm Jessie Wimmer, and I'm the owner of the Cookie Cult. The cookie that started it all was a chocolate chip cookie. If you've never tried one and you're going to try a Cookie Cult cookie, start with that chocolate chip cookie. That it's gooey in the middle, surprisingly fluffy. There are 2 different types of chocolate chips in it. I can't tell you what they are. I try my best to pack every single cookie with lots of chocolate chips. And it has this like really nice, savory aftertaste where you just want to keep eating a whole bunch of them. My childhood best friend, her mother was like very Southern, and she could cook like nobody's business. And Lynn would make the most killer chocolate chip cookies in the world. They were famous amongst our friends. So I called her and I was nervous about asking her for her recipe, and she gave it to me. I wrote everything down and I was like, cool. So I tested out her recipe. It didn't come out right, and I don't know what I was doing wrong, if the butter was too soft, if it wasn't soft enough. Like there was something in the chemistry of how she did it. So I kind of got it in my brain, like I became like a mad scientist. Like I have to figure this out. I figured it out to where the cookie wasn't flat, and I used the right quantities of everything, and I scribbled my recipe down and I kept it in safekeeping because it's secret, and that's why this is the Cookie Cult. And I've got my secrets and I can't tell about them. Cookies, I found out I'm good at making cookies. People like to eat the cookies that I make. Why? I don't know. I still am baffled that people want to eat the cookies that I make. There's this thing called the internet that has bajillions of recipes, and anyone could do it. Like anyone could do what I'm doing. But for whatever reason, I've been given a platform, and I'm thankful, and I work really hard. I have my personal perspective on most of life is I think most things in life are better when shared. I can hand it out to someone and they're instantly happy. And I love that I have the opportunity to provide that. And there are very few people in the world who don't like cookies. So it's a pretty standard way to get a smile and to be able to share like, oh yeah, I made this and I want to make you happy. I want to see you smile. I want people to enjoy it. And that I think there's a huge component of why I do it is for that. I love that I'm able to teach my kids that you can have a career, you can make a job, you can have a business where you make something and people can buy it. And I have taught my son, because he's still like amazed by it. It's wondrous to him. And I know he's inspired, by the fact that I'm running a business out of my home. So I like that I get to encourage him and teach my kids in that way. I get to spend more time with my kids. And it's fun. I like turning on my dance music and just baking for a couple hours. Every day that someone wants to spend money on a cookie that I bake is a good day. I get that Sur La Table magazine in the mail, and that's like my naughty magazine. And I have my cup of coffee, and I like flip through and like, oh yeah, look at that blender. Oh, look at that cookie tray. This is kitchen porn. So then I just got, no, but it's true, that Sur La Table magazine. It's hot.